Hello, night sky enthusiasts. Mid and late July 2020 are the perfect times to find Comet NEOWISE in the evening sky, and we're going to show you right now how to do it. Let's say it's July 12th. It's still a little bit early in the month to be able to see it in the evening sky, but we'll see here why. This is still in the afternoon. You're going to want to look at where the sun sets. The comet's going to be a little bit northward of that. Also, when does the sun set? For me, it sets right around 8:50 in my part of the time zone this month. So I'll go out an hour after that at 9:50. There's the comet low to the horizon. It's still at this point less than 10 degrees above the horizon, and so I'm not going to be able to on July 12th get a good view of it. It's going to be a little bit too much down towards the horizon. What about July 13th? Oh look, it's getting higher. July 14th. It's above 10 degrees at this point, starting to be a little bit more feasible. Now, as you go into the night, like this is 9:50, 9:51, you can see, of course, the stars are going to go down towards the horizon and set. So you're only going to have tens of minutes that week of July 12th once you catch a glimpse of it. However, the week of July 12th is also the week that the comet is going to be brightest. And so I'll back it up here again to 9:50, and we'll look at the sky at 9:50 over the next few nights. This is July 14th, July 15th, July 16th. You see it's getting higher and higher at the same time, 9:50. So you're going to have a bigger angular separation between the comet and the sun. It's going to be higher up off the horizon. You're going to have a little bit more opportunity to see it. Now here's the Big Dipper up here, and that's going to be your key to being able to locate the comet. There's the handle of the Big Dipper. You could arc over to Arcturus, but here we're going to go the other way. You follow that arc along. Here's the cup. Remember, Big Dipper is part of the Ursa Major constellation, and you might find this star, and they'll point you right down towards the comet, right? And so there it is, Comet NEOWISE. As the weeks go by, let's look at the week of July 19th. Here we are in the middle of that week. You can see the comet's nice and high above the horizon. It's around 27 degrees above the horizon at an hour after sunset. And it's closer to being below the cup of the Dipper. As we go into this week, it gets higher and higher, but the moon also shows up. Now, of course, the moon being in the western direction shortly after sunset is going to be in the crescent phase. And so it's not going to be a super bright moon, but any kind of moon in the sky is going to be bright, and so you're going to want to take that into account. You'll need a pair of binoculars if you don't have the most optimal of viewing conditions, especially as you get later and later into the month and the object, the comet, gets dimmer and dimmer. It'll also be extended and diffuse. Now you'll, through the binoculars, still be able to get a good view of this. It's still technically a naked eye object. Anything brighter than 6 magnitude, a magnitude lower than 6 is brighter. But those binoculars are going to help. And they're going to help you to see that tail as well. There's really two tails. There's the plasma tail and the dust tail. The plasma tail will have a bluish tint to it, and it always points away from the sun. And so you can see here that the sun had just set down northward of west, and indeed the comet's tail is pointing down northward of west. Let's go a little bit later in the month, and you'll see July 24th, 25th, 26th. Look at its motion relative to that cup of the Big Dipper, and then with the help of this video, know where to look on the different nights for Comet NEOWISE. Once we got to July 31st, the last day of the month, the magnitude is now around 6. So it's on the limit of being a naked eye object, and you really would need ideal viewing conditions, but still visible through binoculars and certainly through small telescopes. So I hope you find it. If you have any viewing tips, leave them in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Happy observing.